Hello and welcome to All My Gear YouTube channel. Today's video is going to be about not camping, not hiking, not going to a festival, no reviews, but it's all related to it. And how, you might ask? Well, we need to get to places in order to review them. And today I'd like to share with you our new addition to All My Gear family, our van. This right here is our 1990 Volkswagen Vanagon Carat. Been looking at these guys, especially Westphalias, for past few months now. Just eyeing it since our other car, we were leasing it and it was due to expire in August. So I've been kind of window shopping for one of these guys, girls, whatever. And we finally got one. There's a lot of cool things about this van. And you know, as with any car, tent, hammock, sleeping bag, apartment, there are cool and uncool things about it. So I would like to share this with you. You know, what is cool and what is not cool, the issues I've run into in buying a 25-year-old van, and thus forth. If you have ever tried to look up one of these cars, or any car that is older than 10, 15, 20 years, you'll notice that it depends how it's been taken care of, whether it was parked in a driveway or in a garage, was it a daily commuter or a weekender car. And the first thing you would notice right away in these types of vehicles is the condition of the body. And as you can see, there is not a speck of rust on this car. Now, that doesn't mean this car does not have rust. This car does have rust. It's just been made sure as soon as something appears that it has been taken care of. And the way this has been taken care of is by using spray paint. In other words, maintenance. There are things like this, as you can see right here, that are standing out a bit. This is not that much. Good telltale that this car has been spray painted, aside from finding spray paint in the trunk, is, as you can see, it's peeling off right here. And you can definitely see that it's a second layer. Now, the regular rust spots are along here, and as you can see, there is texture here. So it's been taken care of. Here's another one. This is a very frequent occurrence in these vans for the rust. Most people that do get this amount of rust don't really take care of it. I didn't notice these rust stains. As you can see right here, I didn't notice any of this when I was shopping for it. Yes, I noticed it a little bit, but it wasn't anything that was popping out because it was covered up. It made sure that it wouldn't get any worse. But as you can see, there is rust. As you also notice, this car it's not really banged up. Yes, I mean, you know, there's scratches. Hell, there's as many scratches on this car as on my 2-year-old lease that I just gave away. There are scratches, there are a little bit dings and danks, nothing excessive. Quality-wise, this car, in terms of exterior, excellent. The only problem with it is that the roof is, the top layer, top coat, has been not taken care of. And as you can see, it's all with white stains. Other than that, solid. Very solid. So, let's get to the interior of this car. So the body is cool. Next thing that I love about cars, and unfortunately, unless you're buying a Range Rover Defender or Jeep Wrangler, you don't get this anymore, but I love proper handles on the doors. The way it opens, I feel like I'm opening a door to a vehicle that transports me and not to a closet where I get my linens. You know what I mean? Like these new cars, yeah. So this is the interior of our Vanagon. It is phenomenal for being 25 years old. The upholstery is the same. It has not been reupholstered. However, the carpeting has been changed. I have removed this earlier today to see what's under it and if there are any major rust stains, because I would like to put laminate flooring in this particular section. And this is the cockpit. As you can see, the driver's seat is the only seat that is in an awful condition, and so is this panel. It's absolutely gross. Passenger seat on the front is not so much. Even the panel looks pretty good for a 25-year-old van. The back is also kind of dirty. There's mysterious holes. It's not gonna get bright. There's mysterious holes over here. There you go. I'm assuming that's where the handles were for passengers to hold on to, like on this side right here. I'm assuming that's what it was there. But there's mysterious holes on this side right here as well. I'm sorry, it's just a little too dark, but there are. Just the same as here. There are holes. There you go, you see that hole? So there's that. But that is the least of this car's problem. Just a few holes and a dirty upholstery that is fixable. Let's talk about major thing that is a turnoff about this van. So, as I mentioned before, I've been window shopping for these vans for a few months now, doing a bit of a research, finding out how much they cost, and I really wanted a Westfalia with a pop-up tent, pop-up roof, or just one of those bubble roofs. Didn't matter. I really wanted one of those because, as you know by my channel, camping, hiking, sleeping in tents and out in nature, this would have just been so much better, because there are a lot of times we go on a road trip and the last thing I want to do is set up a tent at 3 o'clock in the morning. With that said, really wanted one of those Westfalias. Now I could have, there's plenty of them for sale, and you know, decently priced considering the fact of how much these bad boys can go for. Issue was that I wanted something that has air conditioning in it. I've had a car without AC as a daily commuter, and that was really bad, and I really wanted to get something with an air conditioning, working air conditioning, and everything that I found was just out of my budget. And then I stumbled upon this particular car, which was I live in Brooklyn, New York. It was being sold in Long Island. It was below market value. It was a good amount below market value, and I figured for the structural integrity of this car and the way it ran when I test drove it, it was worth buying it and then turning this into Westfalia and just living with a low roof. It made sense. Problem is that the way this car is already set up, without any cabinets and stove and fridge and sink with gallons of water for storage, without any of that, without any person driving it, no passengers, just me sitting here, the way the car is, it is very weak. The engine is just very weak. As I've said, this is 1990, so it is a water-cooled 2.1 liter engine, and it is 90 horsepower when it was new 25 years ago. So with that said, a car that weighs almost 4 tons having such a weak engine, that driving up to Catskills, that's where I am right now, was a struggle. And by struggle I mean if there's a little hill on an interstate, not like in state parks or national parks, I mean an interstate, when there's a little hill, your foot is slamming it to the floor and you just see your speedometer going lower and lower and lower. The rev counter stays in a good amount. It's not going past rev, it's not over revving, and it's not, the engine's not overheating, but I couldn't go past 50, and that got me worried. Forget turning this into a Westfalia, forget making it into a camper van. What if I have had 6 other people here? That's what, another 600, 500 pounds or whatever? Sorry if my math is off. Like, what will I be doing going up the hill? 30 miles an hour? That right there is, I'm a little frightened. I really want to put up some cabinets here for storage and be able to take this car out on the road for weeks, if not months, just traveling this gorgeous country. And I'm a little worried now. Now, of course, I could have just gone with a Ford Econoline or Chevy Express cargo vans and done everything, and I had good engine. But come on, this is Vanagon. This is Westfalia. This right here is something that every camper enthusiast, every road trip enthusiast who should experience it. It's a fantastic little van, except for the engine. So this is the issue that the biggest issue that I'm having with this car. I am, I could get rid of these rear facing seats, and that will take some weight out, but then I have to bring stuff in. I already have everything kind of mapped out with a sink and a propane stove, just to have everything in the car, so I don't have to rely on campgrounds for cooking or spending money in restaurants. Yeah, going back to these Dodge and Chevy cargo vans that I could have converted, and going back to the camper vans that you could buy right now, they're either very expensive. They're already made camper vans, so that was out of the budget automatically, unless I wanted something like this of this year but in a much worse condition. Doing the cargo van, unfortunately, I don't have a driveway or a garage. I park in a very densely populated city where parking is scarce, and having a full-size cargo van would be just a headache. Having it move for street side cleaning or for parking. With that said, this car, this is the size of a full sedan. This is a sedan right here. The beauty about it is because the engine is not in the front, it's in the back, so you have more room. This car is huge on the inside, small on the outside. Right, got carried away a little bit in here. Let's get it back into this car. So this car, this particular Vanagon Carat, is it's pretty rare in the States. In fact, I don't think this was sold in the States, because when I called up Volkswagen dealership to order upper control arms, which have been discontinued by the way, they couldn't find my VIN number in a US database. So, trying to put this, turns out this might be imported from either Germany or Canada, who knows. All right. Another rarity about these fans that this is automatic transmission. I don't know how to drive manual. I would love to drive manual. I was looking forward to buying a manual transmission for this van for many reasons, considering it's a 25-year-old transmission and manual would have been a best choice. But then again, for the price that I got this car, automatic, it just, let's put it this way, there was a price for this car, but it was a bigger budget to buy one. With this said, that I've taken an account in case the transmission is crap, I would have been able to at least rebuild it, if not get a new one. Cool. What is cool about this van is the fact, the way it sounds. Now it has a standard muffler on it, you know, there's nothing major to it. It's not encased in fiberglass sidings and whatever like the new cars do. It's in the back, it's just covered, and it has a giant pillow over it. The pillow that turns into bed. But what's cool about it is just the way it sounds, the way it starts. I feel like it's like starting a tractor and running like a beefy V6, even though it's a straight 4 with 9 horsepower at this point. Ooh, you hear that? So good. Oh yeah, sounds like I'm about to race, right? Shouldn't be doing that, but just to sound so good. And like, honestly speaking, when you're pulling out from a parking lot, it goes. But the problem is the transmission is so weak, and combining with already a weak engine, that once you pass 45, that's it. You're kind of just going like a little coughing mouse. That's pretty much what it comes down to. Let me show you this magnificent engine. Okay, uncool. I think the catalytic converter is completely busted. Smells like petrol, extremely strong. I need to change that. Another thing that's uncool is all of this rust underneath this. And the muffler is not in the best shape, as you can tell right here. And lastly, this thing is broken, so when it's fully closed, which I hope it's not, nope, when it's fully closed, it takes good 2 minutes to open with the key. This is the trunk. And this is our beast of an engine. It honestly, it looks decent. Some minor things. The belts are good. You know, some minor rust, as you can see, but It's not coughing, it's steady, it's running. It's just, it's weak. So there you have it, folks. This is my experience so far owning a Volkswagen Vanagon Carat. So far, I am loving this car. When I got it, I took it to my mechanic. Things that needed to be repaired were right away. The AC needed to be serviced, and it's working. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but it is producing some cold air. Another thing, the brakes were completely rusted, both calipers and rotors. However, the calipers themselves are just rusted on the outside. The inside was good, so what we did, we just put in new front rotors, left the same calipers. As I mentioned before, the upper control arms are suggested to be replaced, but not necessarily if we just replace the bushings for now. So with that said, I've ordered new bushings from Go Westy, and I did end up finding custom upper control arms for this vehicle, and I might buy them. I don't remember where. A friend of mine found that they were custom made, and they were about like $650 for both of them. I believe that was including the bushings as well. So it was a little pricey. I'm gonna install these bushings right now and see how the car goes. By me, I mean my mechanic. I'll have my mechanic to install it, because I just don't have the experience to work on vehicles, and I don't want to endanger my life by doing a butch job and the passenger's life. So I'd rather take it to somebody I trust. So we'll install those bushings and see how it runs. Also, the car is very bouncy. Now, my friend pointed out yesterday that the springs or shocks or anywhere around the suspension channel might need to be replaced. But then again, the front seats are literally on top of the wheel, or the front wheel. So if you do own one of these, the Vanagon or Westfalia, let me know. Are they bouncy in general compared to other cars, or this is something that I should really take a look at? And by bouncy, I mean every little pothole I am jumping like that, you know what I mean? Yeah, some squeaks from suspension, but again, I think it's expected from an old suspension. Right, so this was the little video. I'm sorry, I blabbered on a little bit. It might be a little long, about the new addition to our All My Gear family, which is the 1990 Volkswagen Vanagon Carat with automatic transmission and a dishwasher engine. Has power windows, which they work, but I have no hope for them. I kind of wish they were all manual, but whatever, they worked. Keep it that way. Lights, everything works. Air conditioning works. Heat I haven't really tested because it's too fucking hot out. Yeah, this is it. Oh, one more thing, I forgot. There is a stereo here, but only that speaker over there works. And by works, I mean it makes noise. So I already ordered a new stereo system, and I will need to install new speakers. If you do own one of these vans and you ended up doing a conversion to it, how fast are you going up the hill? Let me know. Thanks for checking out this All My Gear video. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, I apologize if I bored you a little bit here and there. If you have any comments, suggestions, or ideas about this van, what I should do with it, whether go with the conversion and suffer, or sell it, or donate it, whatever it is, let me know. And check out other videos on All My Gear page, such as tent reviews, campground reviews, trips, adventures in general. If you like this video, please like it and subscribe for more. Thank you and happy camping/vanning. Peace.